Hey guys, Adam Fennig here with Fennig Equipment. You're tuned into the Talking Shed. Today we're going to walk through how to install a TT300 kit on a closing wheel tailpiece. Now, honestly, I would prefer to install these while this tailpiece is installed on the planter. I would just leave it on there. But because we had this one laying around, we're going to show you how to do it here. So what I did already is I marked the center line of this closing wheel tailpiece. You can also eyeball that. To be honest, it's not extremely crucial because you have so much adjustment in this bracket. But what I did was I marked center there, I marked center here, so that when I hold that up, I can find my centers. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line up those two centers. I'm gonna find my holes and just mark those and drill them. Now, of course, if you want, you can drill one hole first and then put a level on it, and then mark that second hole to make sure you're good and perfectly level. To be honest, that's not extremely crucial. If you eyeball level it, it's not like your fertilizer is going to lean one way or anything. So because we don't have a lot of surface area to play with, and this surface area here is a little bit rounded, I usually just go ahead, eyeball it, mark it, and then we'll go ahead and get this drilled. All right, so we got the first hole drilled. I brought my bolt in from the inside. It'll just make it a lot easier to get this nut on and get that nut on. And again, if you want to at this point get it level and then remark that hole and then drill it, you certainly can. I'm going to eyeball it and we'll get this other hole drilled. Now, keep in mind all this stuff is stainless. If you wanted to put some anti-seize on this stuff, probably wouldn't hurt. So I'll get this second hole drilled and we'll go from there. Okay, we're making some headway. I've got that thing put on, and the next piece is this 90 degree. Now you can see it's got those two holes in it right there, and then you've got that oblong hole and a solid. You're going to want to put them just like that, so that way you have that full range of motion and adjustment. So you'll put one here, one on this side. I'll go ahead and get those put on, and then we'll get the tubes in. Okay, so I've got everything bolted on there. Of course, it's still loose, but you've got all of this adjustment with these, and you've got this pitch adjustment. So that's what I really like about these TTs is, you know, if you want to really point them down and bring it in close or push it out, you have that full range of adjustment. So the only thing left to do here is tighten these nuts up, get these aligned where I want them, and then this row is pretty much ready to go. Now the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how I like to plumb these from a liquid fertilizer standpoint as far as what hoses and stuff to use. Alright, so when I'm doing the plumbing, I like to use these quick lock or gator lock style fittings, and this 3/8 one will fit right onto the end of those stainless tubes. So I've got my 3/8 going onto that stainless, 3/8 air line coming up here, and then I come up to this T apparatus. And what I really love about this T apparatus is it has everything built in that we need. This is our check valve so that we don't drip any fertilizer past this valve. We're going to drip this stuff out whenever we lift, but that is it. So that's going to be our stop. We've got our orifice holders in here. Now, I always split orifice after the split so that it's a true 50-50 split. If you orifice one time up here, you're going to get 70% going here and 30% going here, or any different ratio. It won't be a true split. So we have to have our orifices housed right into this housing. Your orifice will slip right down into there. Quick, easy quarter lock turn. And then this hose will end up going all the way up to your red ball. So a nice, clean, easy fit. This is how I like to set up the TT300s. This is how we get them installed. And if you get a TT300 kit from us, if you get the plumbing hardware with it, this is what it is going to look like right here. So that's what we're doing today, talking about how to install a TT300 kit onto your closing wheel tailpiece. And this is the same whether it's Kinsey, Deere, there is a different version for the case. but whenever it comes to drilling onto that tailpiece, this is all uniform. Thanks for tuning in.